and welcome back to my channel. As you would have just seen, I am at the G Rally. We've just done some G Rally footage as a special Sunday promotion. I've bumped into a good friend of mine. Like, basically I've promoted a channel on my YouTube channel quite a lot already. It's Hannah from the C5 Nut YouTube channel. I will introduce you to Hannah now and her wacky caravan. So I introduce you to Hannah now.
Hi people!
So this is Hannah. She's also known on YouTube as the C5 Nut. Today she has brought a V6 Citroen C5, which I'll let her tell you about in a little while, and her caravan, which is a C5 caravan. And I know I just said it's wacky, but actually it's wacky in a good way. It's awesome.
It's different, isn't it? Really?
It's definitely different.
Yeah.
So should we what got you into Citroen, just out of interest?
Well, strangely enough, I used to be a right Peugeot geek. Anything to do with Peugeots I loved. Yeah. But then in about 2004, Peugeot seemed to have lost their way. Yeah. And strangely enough, I got the eye of a C6, followed by a C8. And I was more fascinated with Citroens from then. And always wanted a Citroen. A friend of mine was selling a C5 and I ended up buying it, and yeah, never looked back since.
Okay. On the subject of the C5 caravan.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. The most interesting of your videos, I would say, as far as
it's been different, hasn't it?
Different, definitely different. What just made you decide to do that?
Well, basically, as you know, I do a lot of car shows, and I don't fancy towing a caravan all the time. You know, a heavy caravan on the back of the car. But yeah, I couldn't be doing with that. So I had to come up with another solution. So I decided, well, if I go to a car show, why don't I turn a car into a caravan? So it's best of both worlds.
So, if you're not already following Hannah, the C5 Nut, make sure you do, because her content is amazing.
I wouldn't say amazing, mate. It's not as amazing as yours.
Well,
I mean, I'm still jealous over your car. I mean, do you want to do mine?
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, we got different content. I've done my ZX and she's done the caravan. But what we're going to do is I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to then actually show you what we're talking about, show you what all the big fuss is about, the awesome car and the awesome caravan. So back with you, Hannah, and do you want to, I know about this car,
yeah,
because you've already told me, but do you want to tell me again all about this car for the purpose of your channel?
Yeah, well, I came across this car only because a friend of mine about 5 years ago was trying to sell this car. No one was really interested in buying it because it was a big powerful engine, so he said he was going to scrap it. Well, as you know, on my previous channels and things like that, I actually own quite a few other C5s, one of which needed a new driver's seat. The leather interior just basically had it. So I've spoken to my friend and he says, well, why don't you buy the whole car? And I said to her, well, I can't strip it, I end up keeping it. So we done a little deal. I had at the time a Citroen Saxo VTS, and he was more interested in the Saxo than this car. And to be honest, I was more interested in this car than I was the Saxo. So
it is a powerful car though, isn't it?
It's a powerful car. So I basically rescued it from being scrapped. It's been in my family for about 5 years. My parents absolutely love this car. This car's been to Scotland more times than I can count on my fingers. It's basically built on 14th of November 2000, but wasn't registered till 2002. It originally came from Northern Ireland, so it's still got the Northern Ireland plates on it. To be honest, I hate these number plates because
I think it looks quite cool.
Yeah, but
it's weird, isn't it? It's cool.
The thing about it is people mistake you for one being Irish and two being a traveller, and
well, my aspect at first was I knew nothing about the number plate, so I just thought it was a custom plate.
No, no, unfortunately not. But yeah, it's just I really hate this number plate, and the first chance I'm going to get, I want to change that plate. It's just.
Oh, you're thinking about Han 1 or something like that as a custom?
I'm gonna bring it more closely to the other C5s that I currently own. So they've got very similar number plates.
Yeah.
If I decide to keep a car, you know. I mean, my first C5 that I still got, I've had for nearly 12 years. So I would like to have the plates very similar or close to that one.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, because those plates actually mean something personally to you as well, don't they? So
my green C5 is a car I bought from my friend back in 2009. Cut this story short. He was actually selling this car because he had prostate cancer. I bought the car from him, and sadly 2 weeks after that he died of prostate cancer. But the private number plate was actually his number plate, and for me, I think
it's your way of keeping the memory of him.
Exactly that. And you know, I like to have all the cars I want to keep with very similar number plates. I would never sell this car. This car's getting really rare, and getting parts for it are really hard.
No, I can understand. I'm just going to take a closer look at your engine bay, Hannah, and then we'll move on to the caravan. And that's what she meant by the number plate, but I like it. I don't know.
I can start it up for you if you wish.
Yeah, actually, I think the viewers might like the sound of this. It's quite a beefy engine sound. I'll give it a rev. Give it a rev. Yeah. Awesome. And just so you guys know, that sort of is how it's supposed to sound, but it is missing its very rear silencer. So it is a little bit louder than it would normally be, but it is pretty much on par with how it would normally sound. So we're going to go back with Hannah just in a second with the C5 caravan, and we'll let her tell you about that as well. And I'll get her to actually demonstrate it because it's got some really cool features. So I thought I'd start here as I'm about to walk past anyway, but this is the C5 caravan. She's put all this front on. This is actually a temporary front because she's done a really good job anyway. This window's open, and that's because it works. All the windows work, all the locks work actually, and that's also her YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to her. All exactly everything about how this has been done is all on her channel, plus lots more fun and interesting content. Now I'm gonna put Hannah back on, and she can explain to you and show you things, how it works and stuff, to a certain degree. Don't worry, I won't ask you to show us how the alarm is wired or anything.
No, that's something I keep quiet. I don't even show that on my own channel.
No, I know.
Well, basically, with the C5 caravan, I didn't want just flick switches just to put lights on and stuff like that. Believe it or not, I've actually got an ignition switch. That is Citroen related. I bought the ignition switch from, I think it was the Chevron Rally sometime last year. So nothing will work on this unless you got the key to actually operate it. Right, let's find where the switch is. Right, now most C5s, they all have electronic tailgates. So I've just double checked, I'll put the ignition on. So I'll close the window, and then obviously hit the button, and no matter how many times I hit that button, it will still unlock. But I put a party piece on here which I haven't even shown on my own group. So this is a very sort of exclusive to your channel, because
you don't have to show it then if you don't want to.
I've got to show it. I mean, I've been
I'm guessing you haven't shown it on your channel yet because it's a new feature.
Exactly that. It's a new feature. I've only installed it about 2 days ago. Now, all C5s, or most of them, have a little switch underneath the wiper blade. But
which actually, sorry to interrupt you, there's a C5 just here,
yeah,
and we can take a closer look at this. You can actually see the switch mechanism on this one because it's a bit broken, and that's exactly what Hannah's on about. They break quite easily.
Yeah, they become sort of unreliable. And what it does is basically, as you see just before the actual video, is I had the tailgate up. Well, in order for me to do that, there's a tiny switch I've actually hidden just on the corner there, and I'll flick it up, which means as soon as I go to lock it down, I hit the button again, and normally you would expect the tailgate to work, but it doesn't. Because I flick that switch up, it actually opens up the rear glass instead. Like Harrison said to you, it has fully working electric windows.
Yep.
It has a sound system with Bluetooth on it, so I can link it straight from my phone.
Your radio's on actually, Hannah.
Yes, it actually comes on with the ignition switch.
Oh, okay.
So when I turn the ignition off, the radio will go off. Last night was the first ever time of me sleeping in this thing, and between me and you, I'm moving out of my flat into this because this is comfy as anything. Yeah.
Definitely cheaper living though, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. Just imagine trying to park it.
Yeah.
Right, so the last night at the camp, I will send a video of what happened last night at the campsite, just so you guys at home can actually see what the G Rally is about. It's not just showing you cars, it's a community. We all have laughs and jokes, make new friends. I mean,
I'll let you put that on your channel if you want, because I'm gonna, because everyone can go to your subscribe.
Yeah, can do. Whatever's easiest for you. If you want me to send it to you or whatever, that's entirely.
I'll quite happily put a bit on my channel about it.
That's not a problem.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, I've known you. Last year when you actually turned up to one of the
Chevrons rally. Yeah, that's the.
Rally. If you want,
Hannah had the unfortunate aspect of meeting me.
I wouldn't say
No,
it was good meeting you, and I'm glad we've actually, our friendship has blossomed into new things that possibly may happen for both of our channels.
Yeah.
There is possibly a little project that me and my channel and your channel may actually work together and making things happen, but I won't give too much away. That's down to Harrison to tell you folks back home. But right, let's crack on with
and on the aspect of that, I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do yet, and until I'm certain on a project, I don't like to give away anything anyway.
No, that's also true, but there's no harm in thinking or dreaming.
Yeah.
I mean, the rally right here, right now, was all based from last year's rally when I first came here.
Yeah, because it was last year's rally that gave you the idea to build this in the first place, wasn't it?
Exactly that. So it was important for me. I know the front doesn't look too good, but it was important for me to try and get it solid enough for me to bring it to its first show.
I did comment on that and say you are going to get that looking better. It's only a temporary front.
I'm going to think of doing.
But Rome wasn't built in a day.
Well, that's also true. But you'd be surprised on what you can build in a day.
Yep.
With the right knowledge and things.
Should we see how this suspension works then?
Yeah, it's one of a kind. There isn't one out there that's got this. I've used everything original from the car. So everything from the switch to the hydraulic pump, that's all original from the car. Right, so
except it doesn't just plug and play, you have had to make that work.
Oh yeah.
With tricking sensors that don't exist and all sorts of stuff, haven't you?
You wouldn't be surprised on how many hours I've put into just making this pump work. Yeah. But at the moment I'm just going to hit the button down, and as you can see it will lower itself down to the ground. And then vice versa, I'll go back up.
And even though I'm not 100% steady, you can clearly see that's gone up and down and back up. Do you want to give away any teasers for your channel with any projects?
Yeah, I've got a couple of interesting projects which obviously I've spoken to you about today. Regards to the C5 caravan, I've done all I can to it for this year. It'll be something on a back burner for probably the next couple of months or even sometime next year. I will sort out the front once I've worked out what I want to do with it. But, well, my channel is basically C5s, and I'm thinking of maybe turning, probably making a C5 into a motorhome.
Sounds interesting. Sounds really
Yeah.
interesting.
That's something for later on, but it's like with this project, it only takes a couple of hours at one or a certain event for you to think, you know what, I'm going to build that.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's how this has happened.
So you've heard it all from Hannah herself. Don't forget to subscribe to her channel, and if you're not subscribed to me, don't forget to subscribe to me as well. Her channel's the C5 Nut. I will link in the description, and well, you know what my channel is because I'm posting it on my channel. But I will say bye for now, guys. Take care and thank you for watching. I've put another one of my videos up in this top corner. Sorry Hannah, I'm going to cover your head up, and I'll put a subscribe icon where Hannah's head just was there. So take care guys, bye for now.